Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? And this is December 18th. Just to let everyone know, I did a little video out on Rumble earlier. I was in my golf cart. I didn't realize I had to turn my camera. So I wanted to say off bat, I'm a learning. I'm going to start doing a little bit more of those recordings out there when I feel the need. Now, so this is really interesting. So I woke up this morning and I just started to think. I've been listening to a lot of different shows as you guys all have been and we're all coming to our own conclusions. And I always open up myself to a quiet time, if you will, and just basically just trying to say, okay, what is going on here? What's the level of consciousness? And so what I'm actually was talking about earlier is these people with the bigger channels. And, I'm not saying that it's good, it's bad. We're all trying to figure it out, right? And that's basically what Colleen says that she watched it. Thank you so much, Colleen. Hope you're doing fine. How is Illinois doing? I'm just, we watch WGN News Live. We can get that live now, and I'm just amazed about the level of consciousness out there. And maybe one day, Colleen, we can kind of do some readings on that for where you live. It's not as much as a personal one, but so going back to what I was saying here a little bit earlier is this is another impromptu. I'm feeling, I took about a week off, and I knew that this was coming. That they were preparing me for some more information. They wanted to calm me down, change whatever energy I was and come forward with it. So I asked them this morning to, I'll basically say, give me a visual of what is actually going on in my Akashic records, globally, the consciousness and everything else. So it's all about the architecture right now, you guys, in the Akashic energy behind all of that is we have to pay attention to the details. And what we're actually going to be seeing a lot more here is a lot more information is going to be coming out. I think I named this video, Religious People, Hold On to Your Faith, because you're going to need it now. And I think on Rumble, it's actually Hold On to Your Rosaries. A lot of this is going to be coming out. So right behind me, I got this whiteboard, and I put that up there, not knowing that during the day I get the sunlight right in front of my house here. But I apologize for that. And it's basically the Pope, the priest, and all roads lead to Rome. This is what's coming up for us right now, you guys. And let me just kind of share this video. So I just love how all this stuff comes into play for me when they're basically validating. Yes, Janine, you're right. We've heard about the religious things on and off, but I think now there's going to be more of a time where, if you guys take a look at this picture here, it says it all. Look behind. Okay, don't watch the guy in the wheelchair. We really don't care about that. And so let me just take a look and see what Colleen is saying before I move on to a lot of this information. So I'm also going to get back to my Akashic, the information that I have here. Hey, I see Buck is out there. Hello, Buck. So Colleen is basically saying it's dark and gloomy, but people may not be awake, but seem to be in the holiday spirit at least. And I'm baking and keeping her vibes up high. Yeah, that's right. It's creativity, baking. Right? We're all feeling this energy, no matter however your creativity will come out, but it's coming out on so many levels. It's not a coincidence that it's at this time of the year that a lot of this information is actually coming out. So whether you are, baking, creativity on another level, there's more information of consciousness that's coming to each and every one of us. So I just kind of wanted to get into that a little bit. I want to also share this video here with you guys. And let me take down Colleen's comment. Colleen, it's a blessing to see you this morning. I'm glad that you're here along with Buck. So this is where I was basically saying, and this just popped up on my X right before I went live. There are no coinkydings in being guided in any of this. So this is a very short 2 or 3 second video, and what they're basically doing is trying to get you to focus. This is not the best picture, but look at the background in this thing. It's almost as if you want to focus on the people, and it's not about the people. And so this is kind of like, this war that we talk about, the spiritual war that we're in right now. And I'm gonna just stop that for a second and come back to you guys. And all roads do lead to Rome at this particular time. we're going to be hearing a lot more of this stuff. And this is what we have been saying. We knew this was coming. We just didn't know a matter of what. But I want to give credit to Green Lives Matter, is the one that says, in this artwork behind the Pope in this video, something you would consider normal, or does it look like it's all evil? We know what this is. It all makes sense to a lot of people right now, and this is where I'm going with this. So if we take a look at, I take a look, if you will, at the Akashic energies right now, we have to pay attention to the details. It's no different is Buck is so aligned with the energy right now. Buck, if I can just throw this out to you a little bit, he is sculpting something, right? We talked about that, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into all this on a level of consciousness that you may or may not be aware of. So it's we have to pay attention to the intricacies, the details, and the industries right now. And so I'm bringing to the forefront, and I felt very off about talking about this religious thing in the popes, and I've got a story to follow this that has come out, and there's a lot of all these stories out there. They're going to try to sway you to look at something else. So all of a sudden, Matthew Perry, his information, I think I'm being shadow banned right now, but Matthew Perry's information is out there, and that's what they want you to do. Look over here. This is how this guy actually died. In the meantime, it's a lot of other things. So if we are taking a look at a lot of the details in our own personal life right now, there's something else that goes along with this, though, is that it has to be some sort of initiation that we're all going through right now, and it moves and change us in for more transformation. So if somebody is out there saying, well, I'm baking, I'm cooking, that's great. That's your creativity. That's what you're sculpting right now. But there's more of a higher power that's at work right now, and the insight and the achievements for all of us at this time right now. I felt very guided to say this, and I asked them, should I talk about the Pope and the priest? And I was guided to do that. And so out comes my whiteboard for whatever reason. And if any of you are in the religious realms, if you want to think about Saint Germain, take a look at the standing among the pillars within the beautiful people is Saint Germain. It's the ascended a master, if you will, and it's it sends the light and the energies to the people that are actually asking for the help right now. So if you want to somehow form your own words, I never tell you guys what to do, but it's time for this initiation, if you will. That's where I'm going with this. So this is how we stand strong in our faith, you guys. And I truly believe this. I believe this from the bottom of my heart. And it has nothing to do with somebody out there that is basically saying, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. We have to take, it's almost as if, we always say to try to be in the now, right? Our pets are in the now. The children are in the now. We have to be in the now. And we it's okay to be aware of things that we're being told that are coming. And like I said earlier in my video, what is your plan? I can't tell you what my plan is. It's not going to apply to you, but we all have something. And if that's a plan of faith, hold on tight to it, because, that's what we need to do right now. And let me just get over to my one story that I want to get into for a second here. Let's see what I have here. My music popped up here. One momento. I'm so bad at queuing things up, you guys. It's ridiculous. All right, so there's other stories out there that are going to be basically swaying you guys one way or another, and I actually want to talk a little bit about this one only story. And I know that I've gotten away from gateway punning, but it was brought to my attention, okay, and however it was brought to my attention, so be it. And what we're actually are looking at right now, and if I were to say my great grandmother. She would have been my grandmother. She was also my godmother. Very, very religious. She said the reason why she lived to 103, I think it was, is because of her faith and the church and everything that she believed in. I'm just wondering, is she rolling over in her grave at this point in time? So let's just take a look at the headlines. Pope Francis officially approves the priest blessings in same-sex couples. What changed? Well, they've is it now that they know that in the Congress, in the Senate, little boys are getting done by old crusty old white men. Those stories are coming out. Those are kind of hidden, if you will, but it's been officially approved that the priests blessing the same-sex couples. And so he goes on to basically explain his reasoning behind this: seeking God's love and mercy shouldn't be the subject to an exhaustive moral analysis to receive it. How much of this is going to get out to mainstream media? Probably very little. I'm not going to play the video because to me, it's just garbage in, garbage out. And so we don't need to, this is the point where I say you observe, but you don't absorb. And so what they're basically pushing is the document from the Vatican Doctrine basically elaborates on what this Pope Francis, and we know, I do believe he's gone, right? His conservative cardinals that they're calling this, that was published back in October. So this Pope Francis suggests such a blessing will be offered under the same circumstances if it didn't confuse the rituals with the sacraments of marriage. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? For how many years have people basically, I'm going to stop sharing this, basically been following the religious faith? Now, is this stuff going to get out there? Probably will. So let's just take a look here. There are other stories that are actually happening out there. I kind of want to, I think I might have went past it just 1 second. I'm just only going to read some of the headlines that are happening out there. I don't really care about Biden getting hit in an accident. They didn't hit the car. He's fine. He was like, oh, okay, whatever. Those type of things are just, it's just crap, right? But there's a former representative, George Santos, that I think that they got rid of, right? He's now letting everybody know there's cages inside the house of the office buildings. Cages, you say? What's inside of these cages? What would you think there were inside of these cages? And so this is the kind of stuff that this was recently put out on an X. And it's secret sex cages, just like secret sex within the Vatican. So they had to infiltrate the religious from the inside out. They tried to, years ago, there's a lot of stories on all this, that they tried to, they being the DS, if you will, or the elites, whatever you want to call it, have to be able to take everything that we know and just ruin it, and just basically blindside us with everything. And they did a great job. So if I had a grandmother, she was also my godmother, so I always get confused on saying that. But so if she lived to about 103 and she claims that was based on her faith, to me, I think that was a lie, because the faith is not what we know it as. And this is what I think is going to be coming out. The Pope, the priest, everything that's actually happening out in the inside the House office buildings. That this George Santos now is singing like a canary out there. And let's see, is there a picture out there where he's actually showing this here? So he basically says that, what happens in these cages doesn't stay there, right? So basically that's just letting us know that, that there's a lot of information that's going to be coming out from that. It just makes me sick. What they need to do is take all of DC and just turn it back into the swampland and a bird sanctuary, and let the birds shit all over it, because that's how strong that I feel about this. And it is god awful. So going back to my Akashics, and that's where I always want to go back to, is it's just basically saying that it's time for our initiation. And maybe that's what all of these other bigger channels are actually feeling. It's almost just like it's, when we go through the changing, I'm sure you guys have felt this. It's almost like a frustration, right? We don't have the answers. We don't have the words. We're trying to figure it out. We're doing whatever we can do. We got the monkey mind going on. And if we just calm down and just try to stay in the now and ask for the guidance, the information will be there. And I'm sure that a lot of you have done that. But I'm saying right now is the one time that we need to really focus on this right now, because of what is coming towards us right now. Oh, okay. I've got my Rumble chat open. It was hidden behind all my windows out there. Ronnie, how are you? Good to see you out there. Blessings to Ronnie for being here. I see Legit is out there. So this is my noon show, you guys. I just felt I'm feeling the communication for some reason is to get out there. And it's not more or less just to say, hi, how are you? which I do care about how you are all doing, but what is the message that we need to understand right now, right? And a lot of us have escaped. And what I'm basically saying, I think that the escape is and is almost coming to the end here. We escape into Hallmark. We escape into our own minds. We escape back into the holidays. But the religion is the one thing that is coming up right now. And anybody out there that has friends that are super religious, oh my gosh, right? Those are the ones that are going to be waking up right now. And I feel very strong about that. So if we are going to be paying attention to our details, paying attention to others, they're going to start seeing this now, right? And it's almost as if I want to say to each and every one of you, please sit down, put your feet on the ground, get outside, get some of that sun. And finally, our sun came out here all weekend long. It was dark and gloomy, and that's that's just the way that it is. But we have to be able to take a look and be silent in our minds. You guys, we have risen, our vibration has risen up so high that each one of us, sometimes our intuition can scare us a little bit, if you guys know what I mean. And that's truth. It can, because it's just like, okay, I'm getting these hits of information. Is it true that what I'm feeling, right? And I want to say, yes, go with it. Journal about it. Write it down. Use your left, use your right brain. What information are you getting? Because I strongly do believe that there's going to be people out there coming to each and every one of you guys. I feel that in what they're asking you and how they ask you, don't have the knee-jerk reaction. Sit back and ask for guidance. And you guys can all do this. And I know that each and every one of you do it because you follow me. Each and every one of you have this gift. You've opened up your third eye. You know the information that's coming into you, whether you're feeling it, you're seeing it, you're dreaming it, whatever it might be. We're all being guided right now. And then when you actually like turn on the TV and see someone like Nino out there who's saying, hey, you guys, we all have to be accountable for what we say, and we all got to keep our cool. And yeah, he is right. He is right about that. But at the same time, you got somebody else that's losing their shit on another channel. And you're like, wait, what's going on? That is energy. That is a negative energy that people are trying to process. When you put your faith into one particular man out there that may have intel or maybe have guided you all along, and then all of a sudden you see them lose their shit. Basically, they eased God out is what has happened. And I'm not here to preach to you guys about this, but you know that I'm more spiritual than I am religious. There's not a religious ounce of energy within me. Never has been, even when I was a little kid and had to go to church. I was one of these that would look around and okay, what do we got to do? We got to be Catholic, got to kneel, you got to stand, you got to do this. I was being obedient. And those obedient times are gone. If we don't learn how to take a stance right now, and it doesn't mean that we have to stop listening to anybody, just pray for the ones that you are seeing that have these huge channels out there right now, and having them all come together, because I know that they will. And we are all just trying to figure this out, right? And Ronnie is saying, go within, inside job. Yeah, it is all an inside job. And so, I'm just trying to see what some of you guys else are saying out there. There was something else that I want. Oh, okay. So with this Akashic energy that I was actually feeling so very strong this morning, for me and for my community, it's not just for me, you guys, because I always ask about global consciousness at this particular time. So scrolls, what basically do the scrolls mean? You guys know that I do follow the Akashics, and I'm very passionate about it, but the scrolls reflect, and that's what I was getting, was 7 of scrolls. How powerful is that? It was the 7 of scrolls, and it reflects our world of mind, our communities. We are the if you will, we are the studs that hold up the buildings, right? We are the ones in the architecture. We have to take a look. Is this plumb? Is this correct? Are we plumb? Are we correct? And it could also mean a couple of other things, but it's within each and every one of us. It's our own philosophies. It's what we follow our own map, right? With this, basically, that's what I'm saying, is that we are following our own road, our own paths. And you guys are doing fantastic at it. And don't lose sight of where you are, who you are, and don't let anyone tell you anything different at this particular time. And if they do, it's water off a duck's back, seriously, because that is a test. When you go and you talk about to people about the Pope, and we all know the true stuff, but more of the stuff is going to be coming up to the surface about all this. Those are the ones that I think that put so much faith into religion, into something that they think that only God can be found in a church. And then they're self-righteous as they walk away from the church, and they become far left Karens. We all know those people that are out there. But all that I'm saying to you guys right now is that we do have to remain who we truly are. And I think that's what we're all struggling with right now. It's like, okay, we know this, we know that this is a movie, we want this thing to end, but we can't. There's too many things that have to be uncovered at this time. So that's why I decided to come on here and talk to you. Ronnie is saying knee pads in the Catholic Church. Knee pads. Okay. That's our girl, Ronnie. All right. So, yeah. So, that's just a little bit. And there was one other story that I wanted to come back to you guys about. Yeah. So, don't pay as much attention to all that other shit that's going on. You guys know who you watch. And if you have a strong faith in believing that they're doing the best that they can, continue watching them. And so I this morning, like I said, I was on Rumble and I did this golf cart drive, if you will. And I was just like, all right, who can I bring together on my channel? And it was just confirmed less than 30 minutes ago. I'm going to bring Patriot Underground and Carrie Cassidy together. They seem to have the same, their chemistry works really well with their communication. He may not have a journaling background. She does. But this is just some information. And I know that she's been trying to get together some roundtable out there. And I'm not saying that this roundtable will or will not happen. But in the meantime, what are we going to do with information in the meantime if this roundtable happens or doesn't happen? I'm not a big fan of 107, and a lot of people do follow him. He's too much reading from the Bible, more of the religious aspects of it. There are things I do get from him. And then there's this other gentleman out there, this I think his name is Mike Gill. And as I talked about this morning, I'd like to be able to book him onto my channel. We need to be able to at least hear what they're saying, even though we may not agree or disagree. There might be something in there that we may not have had a bit of information of connecting the dots, connecting the chain, for us to process. So what does this all mean? Are they trying to foresee and tell us the future of the things that we already know? Everything is really bad, right? We know this. We know how bad it has gotten. And I don't think there's anything else that they can tell us about this at this point in time. But is there any new information? That's what I'm looking for. And so I heard PU or Patriot Underground on his channel this morning, just trying to make sense of all this, that it was his perspective. But if I can just ask you guys out there in the chat, and I'm hoping that you guys are still paying attention to what is going on. What do you think is actually happening right now? If you could, whether you're on, I'm on TTP Coast to Coastal, and I'm also on Facebook, which is probably where the shadow banning is coming right now. But I'm also on Rumble. Just give me a little bit of information from you guys. What do you think is actually happening around? It's December 18th. People are giving you all kinds of history and everything that's going on, but let's stay in the now. Let's stay in the moment right here. We can go back into history to know where we're headed, right? And that's the gist of it. That's why we got the Jason Q's and the Jack Landers out there, and they do an excellent job at it. But when you are all set, when you're all done listening to their channels, what are you walking away with? Are you walking away with saying, okay, we already know that they're really, really awful people out there. They're not even human, if you will. But what are you walking away with, on a daily basis of listening to this information? Buckshot is saying nothing is happening tomorrow. Yeah, because we've got to be in the moment here today. How are you guys feeling right now, today, with the energies that are happening? A lot of you say, well, I'm getting ready for Christmas, or I'm getting ready for this. It's like you're putting yourself ahead of time. But are you sensing the energies? Are you feeling the energies right now? Like what is actually going on? Whether you understand astrology or any of that, it doesn't matter. I'm asking you, to be a beacon of light and tell me what is it that you're sensing right now. And we all have the capability of doing that. Um, Diane, let me put my glasses on here. Diane says, I think it's Diane TY18. I think we're about to see a financial system die, and I think humanity is going to have a near-death experience before the ascension. Well, that sounds verbatim for 107 because I've heard that over and over again. But what is your plan, Diane? What is your plan as if that happens? Are you ready? Legit says heavy energy today over here, Janine, and over here I think he's in California, IA. And yeah, I bet that is. Anybody else out there? Ronnie says one makes my head go. Says too much yet nothing at all. And see, that's a good point there. A lot of people talk, right? They've all got something to say, but when you walk away or become silent, or after you listen, you've given so much of your energy. So let's talk about this, okay? Here we're turning on the channels and everything else. And how do you feel when you actually say, okay, I'm done, turn them off? Have you gotten anything from it? Did you file anything in your noggin, in your emotional, spiritual, or anything? Did you walk away with saying, oh, the light bulb went on? Oh, I'm a grasshopper, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying, you guys? And that's what I'm trying to bring to you, is that there's something right now within this industry that is actually going on right now. All of us are feeling it, but nobody's talking about it. And what is it for you? And that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to get you guys to realize that it's not about all these other people that have the answers or can give you the information. It's all about what you guys are feeling, because we're in the collective consciousness. What does a collective consciousness mean? Buckshot says, I'll be in my own world, continuing to be that lighthouse for others. And Buckshot, you're perfect for that. And I say that about all Aquarians, because that's what Aquarians do. They can reach out far and wide with their energy because they care so much about humanity. And that's a great point, Buck, is that if you could, when you get done with hearing anybody out there that is talking, do you do a prayer? Do you basically do a prayer for yourself, or do you ask for clarity? And it's not religious; it's more spiritual. And that's what I'm saying, is there's a big difference between the religious and, holding a rosary or praying to the rosary and everything else, that I talk about. God is not just in one particular church where you walk into, or God is in every home and in every heart. And let's see here. Legit says detach and go within, even for a couple of days, a week is good. Yeah, we don't have to do it all the time, but we need to be more and more conscious of that's what's ramping up right now. This is our architecture. This is our own intricacies, if you will. It's the details. Is I always say the details is in the pudding, right? And what are the details that are actually going on right now? Are you grasping the details after listening to all these people? I'm not saying not to listen to them, but you have to be walking away and getting. It's like going back to school, if you will. You go into class and either you're going to sit there and doodle all day long, and then they hear the bell and you get up and you walk over to the next channel and you turn on the next one, or are you actually taking notes and saying, this applies to me, or how can I do this, or what do I need to do? Help me grow, help me learn. What does this mean to me? Does this even apply to me? Those are the type of things that I'm actually saying to you guys. And so when I reach out and I do a prayer and I just ask for guidance, what is it that I need to talk about today? Or what is it that, guide me, help me, to make sense of what I'm feeling on the inside. If you guys are truly frustrated, as I'm seeing some of these other people are, they're trying to find their footing, right? And so when you slow down and you just kind of come into the moment of now and start to breathe. And if all of you guys would do this with me right now, just breathe in and then breathe out. And you continue to do that. And then that's what this is all about here. Hey, I see Dantesi is out there. Trump put the golden code in for the RV when he was in Reno. That's a great point. How does that affect you? How does that information affect you? I'm actually going to take that and highlight that in my chat here so you guys could see. Dantese, blessings to you and your family. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if I don't talk to you or see you again. But let's see here. Hello from Michigan, and thank you. Hiya, Dantese, says Ronnie. Dantese is saying right here the golden codes for the RV when it was in Rio. Mo, my first question is, what are the golden codes? What does that mean? Do you guys understand that? Anybody understand that? Put it in the chat here. I need to see what your level of consciousness is at. What are these golden codes, and what does it mean? Legit says, knew him being in Reno was bigger. Yeah. Let's see here. Dantese, tell me what the golden codes are. I don't want to speculate anything. I don't want to, I want to hear it from you guys out there. Let's see what else we have out here. Buckshot says too many truthers have egos, but not those spiritual people. That is a good point. Yeah. And I think that is what's probably getting corrected at this point in time, you guys. I truly feel that. So, we all have these egos and, all these big channels, if you will, are out there. And all of a sudden, when you come into a block, what does ego mean? Easing God out, right? That's exactly what it means. And some people will say, well, what's your definition of ego, Janine? And I'll just say, well, basically, my true self, my spiritual side is not coming out. I have got maybe something else over here where my ego moves in front of me and says, oh, what am I going to buy today? Or, oh, where are we? It's all material things on this planet Earth. Or it could just be like, I am the one. I am the chosen one, that type of thing. Right? That's what ego is. But when we actually say ego, move to the side, or let Janine come through, Janine will say to each and every one of you, are all a beacon of light. You all have the energy. You all have self-empowerment. All of you today have the answers to yourself and everything that is going on. And so when you're in these chats with people, you're not basically listening to them. You're basically commenting. Obviously, you're going to listen to what they have to say in order to comment on it, but you're also going to give them your insight and feed them back what you know. So when we say that all roads lead to Rome, basically we're breaking down the evilness. We are breaking down everything that was told to us. And now where are these roads leading to? Back home to us, to what we were taught before we incarnated here. Dantese, I'm going to put this up here. Thank you so much. And this is coming from Dantese. I love this gentleman. He's a beautiful soul. And let's see here. If you guys haven't subscribed to TTP Coast to Coastal, please do so. It's a lonely channel out there because Turn the Page 2.0 is suffering suppression really bad. But anyways, Dantese is saying those are the non-nuclear codes needed from the Q drop 500. And so when Jason Q or anybody else there is doing these Q drops on the 500, will we connect the dots and say, okay, so Trump goes to Reno. What did he say earlier? That he put the golden codes in for the RV when he was in Reno. And so I would not have connected the dots with the golden codes in Reno. So that's something that I learned. But when you mentioned the codes, that's the first thing that I thought of were the nuclear codes. And let's see what else we have here. It's Flyme saying, Janine, I was born February 20, or excuse me, put the glasses on. February 14th. Oh, Valentine's baby, 1949. I'm sick of all this mess. Nothing is happening. I'm ready to take Telegram signal and everything off my phone. My consciousness is very, very high level. Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. A lot of people are saying, I'm done with this. And that's what you need to do. Flyme, you don't need to remove it all. Leave it there, but remove yourself. Remove your spirit, remove your soul, remove your monkey mind from there. It's not a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. And this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys, is that They have ingrained so much of this bullshit about things. So if I was flying me spiritual teacher, I would say yes, go into and decompress for about a week, because that's what I did. I canceled all of my interviews, or I didn't book any interviews last week. I needed to find myself again. I was losing myself. And that is what's happening. I think that's what's happening with a lot of these people out there, these patriots that are out there, and that's normal. And so when I ask spirit there, and the first thing that I actually get is the initiation in of Saint Germain. And people say, well, that could be religious. Well, it's up to whatever you want to think that it is. And it may not be so much religious as you think it is. So basically, it's more of your own initiation. It's more of your own initiation instead of something outside of you initiating you into them. You're opening up your own initiation for change and even transformation at this point in time. That's huge, you guys. You need to embrace that. Windsor Patriot says they put the fear of God into us from birth, so we would never realize God is inside of all of us. Exactly. Then it's exactly what it is. But you know that it's there. It's been there. It's been there all along. It never went anywhere. It rears its head, right? Or I hate to say it, but the spiritual light will rear its head, especially when you're in dire times. But let me just say this to you guys: there's no more fear out there. That whole fear factor thing is what we have to address right now, right here. What is the fear that you have? Get out a pencil and paper, write down what your fears are about everything in life at this age that you are right now, and go back to your inner child to see when that fear was created. And you take that fear and you say it doesn't apply, it doesn't exist, it's an illusion, just like everything else in this life is an illusion. Now we're walking into a time where we want to ascend into a place that we know that we came into this life to live. And that place is basically peace, love, joy, harmony, compassion, and kindness. And we've all had it in us at some point, but we all had to put up the walls at another point. And we can't have that anymore. No more of these walls to divide us. And that's what that we're trying to say is, we heard the old saying in the Reagan days, just say no to drugs. It's just say no to fear at this point. What is the biggest fear out there? Who's got the kahunas to basically tell me what your biggest fear is out there right now? I'm just reading through these chats here. It looks like Georgiou says, look up Mario, the fifth kind on YouTube, ancient Hebrew translator. Dantesi says there will be 2024. There will be no 2024 presidential election. Now, Dantesi, I was never sure of that, and I always lean more to exactly what you said, and I'm starting to believe that right now. I really am. Ronnie is saying we are the chosen ones, and we will prevail. Yes, we are the chosen ones, or else we wouldn't be here right now. And unfortunately, the ones that came in to teach us, to help us to understand that we are the chosen ones, left with the damn thing. You guys know what the damn thing is, right? And it was all about and they put the fear into us and then that's exactly what they wanted to do. And that's the wrong thing to look at it. Go back and watch some videos from 3 years ago and now look at how we behaved and how we were submissive into believing 666, stand 6 feet away, 6 feet under, 666. That's their shit. It's not ours. We're taking it all back right now. Let's see. Windsor Patriot says fear is 1% inside me that questions everything, even Donald Trump and his agenda. Yeah, I've even done that too. What if this guy Donald Trump is just a poster child for a poster man or a poster, if you will, for all of us to learn what has been going on in this for centuries? What's been going on? What if he's just a representation and maybe this man will never come into fruition and is a president? Maybe maybe he will, and then turn it over to somebody else. Have you thought about the illusions behind that? I think Windsor, you're onto something there. Continue with that fear and really truly understand We don't have to give all of our power away to one particular man. Or, they talk about the alliance, right? There's a group of them there. We don't know who they are. They're just as cloudy, much of illusion as the deep state. We don't know who they are, right? Right. It doesn't matter, but we know who we are. And there's a hell of a lot more of us than there is of them. Flyme says, I know God inside of all of us. I know that we have no fear for anything. It doesn't apply to me, period. I'm not religious, but I'm a Christian. Yes, we're definitely, that's so true. And she goes on to say that Mike Penny said there won't be 2024 electoral period. And not only that, I think 3 or 4 days ago, Mike Penny showed one of my videos that I did with Mickey Khan. Like, it was like 2 years to 2022, where my hair was like silver or something. What was I thinking? But anyways, he played that whole show of how we are born sovereign, and we have to really ingrate that into us. We really have to believe that and break away all the bullshit out there that we were told. Windsor Patriot says, being Canadian, we need Trump to be right, but I'm still concerned. It doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. Are you right? Are you are you right with your belief? Are you right in choosing what you are choosing? Are you choosing God, or are you choosing evil? That's that simple. Seriously, it is that simple. Starfish is saying Trump is the only piece of the puzzle. I believe Flyme says, I believe DJT is wearing a mask. Of course. Take a look at the video that I opened up with yesterday, where he's singing Jingle Bells. I wasn't playing that to show you him singing Jingle Bells. It was all the different faces, all the different masks. He's fat, he's tall, he's skinny, he's wide, he's this, he's that. You guys, come on. Come on. In any case, did I also do this one here? Yeah, I think I did do that. Okay, so that is the message that I got, and it was so loud. It was so, I get messages, and just like you guys do. And do you pay attention to them? But if it's something that I feel like, oh my God, I got this. That's God talking to you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But what do you do with it? Do you take it and write it down in your journal about it? Do you integrate it into you? We are energy, people. We are definitely energy. And once you think a thought, that energy goes out into the universe and comes back, right? It's almost as like saying, you can manifest anything. The whole new age thing, though, the whole period of the 60s and the 70s, manifestation, we can manifest whatever we want. There was a lot of pieces missing in that stuff too. And so if you guys aren't seeing all the missing pieces and everything that's actually happening right now, you need to be quiet. You need to learn how to breathe. You need to go out, sit out by the water. You need to go sit in nature. The whole hug a tree was one piece of the puzzle back in the 70s. You take your shoes and socks off, walk into the richness of earth, and really feel what you need to feel. Dantesi is saying, I'm in the process of starting my paperwork to become a nationalist. And that's fine. You can do that. Not everybody wants to become a nationalist because of the information that's out there. There's conflicting information out there. There was information that may have been okay, but if you don't have the T's crossed and the I's dotted, it may not have worked with you. But you know what? I think we're all sovereign. I think we're moving to the point that we don't need to. That's just my perspective. If you guys want to just say, I'm a nationalist right now, and so be it. That's powerful. Do we really need all that paperwork? Are we still one foot in the matrix and one foot trying to get somewhere else? We are always going to be a tug of war with the matrix mindset. That is just what we're going through. In 2024, you're going to feel yourself being so pulled back into the matrix, and then going forward, or maybe just neutral in times. Yes, that's going to happen. We are not totally there yet. 2024 is going to show each and every one of you your true soul. And I truly believe that. Let me see here. I was actually going to try to open up something else. I put that Brave browser on, and apparently I'm hoping I'm not going to close you guys out. All right. Apparently Facebook doesn't recognize it, and so let's just see here. I just want to open up this cartoon here and share this with you guys. I know that I kind of went out on a rampage here, but this 2023, and I follow Ben Garrison's cartoons a lot, and it's just a festive thing here to share with you guys right now, just to break up the energies is what I'm trying to do. And so you're on my nice list. Naughty is Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, everybody in Congress, and nice is the American people, the veterans, the police and fire department, Tucker Carlson, Roger Stone, Border Patrol, so on and so forth. This is just it's a great visual for you guys. And let me just kind of get back to the chat here. And let's see, what else did I actually have out here? All right, so I want you guys to ask me any questions that you need to ask me. Why that Brave? If you guys don't know what Brave is, it's a browser that blocks the commercials out there and all the stuff that's out there. So I'm actually going to jump over to my Truth Social if it allows me to. And let me close this out here and just go over to the Truth Social and just see what is actually going on. Okay, so before I actually do that, I just want to let everybody know here. Shoot, come on, baby. All right, so let me just kind of share this. So a lot of you guys know that I am constantly, talking about things that I feel are near and dear to me. This is just my belief system that can help people. And one of the things I know that can help people is this brick house, which is Field of Greens. I've got it out on my website. You could, if you find another code out there, you can use that code. It's already have these codes that are built into just this brick house here, which is the Field of Greens. It's real organic and it's superfoods. Not only that, I have Airy brand. If you're wanting to detox, this is Elpa Sony. She's got all of her stuff out there. You just click on it, read her website, what it entails, and these are great things for the holidays for yourself or for others. And the last but not least is this other particular is the wellness company. A lot of people are talking about this wellness company right now. Use TTP 10 to save 10%. And then once you get into their website, there's a lot of other things that you could save, a lot of other things that they have going on for you guys. But what exactly is this wellness company? We talk about it's a medical emergency kit. And one of the reasons why I liked it is because a lot of us aren't even sure what we need in case there is an emergency. And we talk about 2024, there may or may not be one. You don't have to put the fear out there. If you say, I'm going to be okay, Janine, this is all right, I don't need the amoxicillin, zethoxamine, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these things, metronidazole, ivermectin, there's just emergency medical guidebook. Every home should have one of these. They say it's per person. It's a subscription out there. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. We need to understand to have a plan. And whatever your plan is, I'm just throwing the tools out to you guys. And you guys are putting it in your toolbox. So whether or not this is important to you, or whether you understand things more about decoding things is more important to you, it is what it is. And it's not right. It's not wrong. Okay. Yeah. So let's see here. Don Tazy says it's going to be a great Christmas for us and bad Christmas for them. I've heard that also, Don Tazy. Thank you for sharing that. What else do we have out there? Let's see here. I'm just trying to see what else you guys are doing. Yeah. Okay. So Ronnie's making a comment about the Brave browser. You just have to sign into it all. And what really kills me is I got to use my Google to sign into it. It's kind of defeating the purpose. That's how I felt. I said, shit, I'm going to sign into Google. Google's still going to be able to get information, even though I'm not getting the commercials. Oh my God. It's just an endless thing, so there's a lot of stuff that is actually going on with Google right now. And I don't think there's enough stuff that is actually going on. But if you guys could just do me one favor out there, and that's all I'm asking you to do, is just hit that like button. trying to grow this channel on whatever platform that you might be watching me on right now. And that's all that I'm asking you guys to do. It's just hit that like button and see, just basically share the love, if you will. And so let's see what else we have going on out here. Oh, I wanted to talk about Shadow of Ezra, and as soon as I can find him, there it is. So Shadow of Ezra has some interesting things out there. So one thing I just want to kind of throw out there is, if you guys heard, there was a lot of children that were missing in Maui, right, from the Hawaii wildfires. Have you guys heard this at all? Mark Zuckerberg is building a massive $100 million underground bunker in Hawaii. Why? Why? And where did all the missing children go? Okay. There you guys go with all that. I'm hoping that I didn't close you guys out. If you guys got any questions, concern, I do have Mark Atwood coming up on the 20th. It's going to be a fun show. And on the 27th, I've got Patriot Underground in Carrie Cassidy. Those two together, I think, will be really good. And I felt very good because I felt very guided to do them together. There's going to be something that we're gonna walk away with and take away with. But while they are talking, and if you could put the stuff in the chat, just pay attention to the chat. I know that the chats are always used for camaraderie or reaching out and saying, hey, how you guys doing? But once they get into the nitty gritty of the information. So if you're ignoring the information that's out there, you're escapism. All right. So why even bother being in the chat or the channel? And that's just my perspective of it. Or you're saying, Janine, I like being part of these communities, but I'd rather be reaching out to these my fellow Patreons in the chat, and that makes me feel good, and I totally understand that also, and that's exactly what we need to do. Also, too, you guys, I'm running really low on my Field of Greens, which is the brick house, and it is the brick house nutrition. It's time for me to reorder. I think I'm going to reorder 2 of them and then give one away. And it's either before Christmas or after Christmas, and somebody will get this. But I think I want to do it. I'm going to try to figure out how to have it shipped to you so it doesn't come to me and then reship, because I have no idea if you're in the United States only. And I don't know if this is out of the United States, but we'll find out. So I'm going to do something real soon with that, because it's better than giving away a hat or a t-shirt. This is stuff, you guys, I think is really helping me with the third eye. I truly believe that. I'm getting six servings of fruits and vegetables that I won't eat. If I make a stew, I put that in there. I always am conscious of, is it cooking away all the nutrients and stuff like that? May not be, but in any case, that's where I'm going with this. So stay tuned for that. Some lucky person out there will get one of these, especially somebody that says, I'd love to order it, but it's a little bit out of my price range. Those are the ones that I want to hear from. Send me an email if it's something like that. And Dantese is saying, I drink silver and gold and I feel amazing. I've seen the silver out there, and that is pretty good from you. So Dantese is saying, how can a deceased person build anything? Did I miss something with that? I'm wondering if it was further up there. Okay, he's got something up there. It says, those news fake sanctions on Russia is hilarious. Meanwhile, the ruble is gold back and is thriving since those fake sanctions are 2021, which we are well aware of. Are you guys aware of that? Are you guys aware that all this information is really old? Everything that they're playing out. That's why I don't waste my energy on any of it. I don't pay attention to it. That's why they tell you don't pay attention to mainstream media, because they're just regurgitating old shit that has already happened. And he goes on to say, American media will lead you to the burning house. Yeah, and so I think that was his comment that I read in reverse. It says, how can a deceased person build anything? I want all of you guys, if you come from a religious background, will understand what I'm saying. This is our house. This is our temple. Are you taking care of it? And this is why I'm trying to take care of mine as much as I can. And I know I am overweight, and I'm so conscious of it. And it's one of those things that I struggle with, that and drinking this stuff takes the sugar cravings away, if you will. But yeah, this is our house. This is our temple, if you will. It's not given to us by some priest or some pope or Rome. Take a look at all that bullshit. And I know a lot of you guys know a lot about the Vatican, and the whole triangle of London, the Vatican in DC. It's nasty, and it is basically on its way out. But we need you guys to build up your own temple, your own architecture, your own integrity, and stay strong to who you truly are. Feel the energy that I'm sending to you guys right now, because you know this energy, you feel it more often than not, and try to stay in it. And if you can't stay in it, try to find it. And that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you guys. And I'm going to see you guys next week, if not sooner. I'm if I don't have a guest on here, I go into my own temple and I try to channel as much as I can. And that's where what you're feeling from me is the energy that I feel is so near and dear to all of us. And I want to hear more from all of you guys out there. I see Joey G17 is out there. That's the Joey G that I know. And, let's see who else we have out there. We see Denise is out there. Hey, hey. And let's see, Jory says, learning to use our own inner discernment with all this is all the scary reports. What is your inner discernment? Let's just talk about this, because everybody can throw this word around. I've got another 5 to 10 minutes here left, you guys. And I just really want to talk about it. So your inner discernment, what's the first flag that goes up for you? What is it that you're hearing that is telling you, how many times you have to have these flags fly up in front of you to say, no, 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 or I'm not sure about that. What the heck is going on here? This doesn't sound right to me. Or if you see somebody that's in a lower vibration that you respected so much, why did his vibration or her vibration drop down? Or if it's a new channel that went from 0 to 1,000 within a day, why is that? Do you think that there's deep state plants out there? Has somebody been compromised? Yeah. Ronnie says it's a knowing feeling. It definitely is a knowing feeling. And what's even more powerful is the unknowing of the knowing. I'm telling you guys, once you get into that, and maybe we'll just all do a beautiful meditation prayer right now, just say goodbye to everyone. And I always go back to my prayer of the Akashics. And if you guys want to just try to transpose the words and use it for your own. But when I open up my Akashic Records prayer, it's dear holders of the Akashic light, our masters, our teachers, and our loved ones. We ask for access, protection, guidance, compassion, and wisdom. And we ask for your help in preparing any information that we may need in a way that we can best receive and share. And we ask for your help in holding the light steady in us so that we may receive for the highest good of all, that elevates us, heals, and transforms us, and guides us to a more perfect connection with the light of our souls. And we ask this in service of ourselves and our family and our loved ones and anyone else out there that may need this. All right, you guys, take care and blessings, and I'll see you again. And now we turn the page. Bye now.